The last time you were at TI as a player was TI4, but you've been to several as a coach.
Mhm.
So how does it feel kind of coming into TI7 knowing that you're back to playing on the main stage?
It's really surprising because just a couple months ago, I thought that I wouldn't even attempt to play at TI, and just to have this opportunity is a true blessing.
I have to ask about what's happened in the last year or so. What brought you to an SCA team as opposed to going back to a Western team? We've had a lot of changes with you since the beginning of the year.
Yeah, I was playing on Team Cloud9 or NP from the start of the year. We were all like dedicated to playing together throughout the entire year and competing at TI7 together. But there were some changes that happened there, and I was left without a team. And all of a sudden, TNC approached me.
As far as being a coach versus playing, I mean, your resume is incredible. Not a lot of people can say that they've done both or that they've gone to coaching and come back to play. And you've done that. You coached Team Secret in 2015. You left coaching to play again. You went back to Team Secret as a coach. And then, as you mentioned, you formed Team NP, which is now Cloud9. What are the things that you love about coaching versus playing? And what are the things that you missed about playing that brought you back?
When you're coaching, you are like this outside point of view. You can really see the bigger picture. You can see more strategies, perhaps, because there's less emotions and there's less stress about like your own performance involved. So when I was coaching, I was learning faster and I was able to teach. In that sense, my Dota knowledge improved much at a much faster rate when I was coaching. But playing is like, it's very thrilling. You feel much different. There's a lot more pressure involved, and sometimes that can be really fun.
Do you think coaching made you a better player?
For sure, without a doubt.
We touched on it, but I want to go back to what happened. I mean, you were part of the group that formed NP, which is now Cloud9. So that means you were really part of it from the ground up. So when you're able to kind of get in on that way, to then have to leave the team or decide to leave the team or be forced to leave the team is really, really tough.
Yeah.
So what did you go through when that happened?
It was a really tough time because we had just finished a tournament. It was a DAC. We were doing well in the groups, and then there were some things that went wrong, and then we ended up still last place. And then all of a sudden, we had a meeting, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you two are removed from the team." And it wasn't really any good explanations or anything like that. It was just like, "Okay, you're just out." And for me, it was a shock because I don't like to give up with my teammates or anything like that. I always want to figure out how to make it work because I think it's important. Over time, you will create a lot of strategies. And at TI, the most important thing is that your experience throughout the year that you're going to bring to the event. So after that, I really wasn't sure what I was going to do from there. It was a very tough time for sure.
What if you were to face like it comes down to the wire? It's you versus Cloud9.
Okay.
How do you hone in, like, because that's got to bring up a little bit of emotional competitiveness.
Yeah, it will. But at the same time, I also understand them in some ways too, because they have like 3 players that I played with, and one of them I've even coached, so I understand a little bit about them. Whereas for my team, they would only understand how I am. So maybe I have a little bit of advantage there, at least there. But yeah, it'll definitely be an emotional thing to get over, but we're professionals, so we really need to just understand that and just move on.